So that's it. Video statistics analyst Tofel Torbola speaking to us from Istanbul in Turkey. Tofel has been following the Super Eagles for quite some time, and he's got all the statistics. So I'll just keep him close by. So whenever we need to have those discussions, Tofel will come right by. So let's get on with the show now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, they are still celebrating that win over Cameroon. Let's listen to some of the reactions from the players right after that victory.
It was a difficult game. We know it's going to be difficult right from the start, but we are very composed because we know Cameroon are a very physical team and we are very fast. We know if we keep the ball more and we're going to get some space to do some damages, you know. Even though when we are down 2-1, we still believe that if we keep pushing that way, the way we start the game, we'll get goals. So second half, the goals came in, and I'm very happy.
I mean, the game, you could see it was almost like a final. The atmosphere was crazy, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We didn't put our heads down at half-time. We knew it was going to be hard. We mentally came back in the second half, and you can see we did a great performance in the end.
I think we played like a team today. I think we had to show a reaction, especially after the game against Madagascar. Yeah, and I think we came out and we showed everyone what Nigeria is about. Of course, it wasn't perfect. We made some mistakes as well for the goals. But that's normal, that's football. You know, every game we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to have to make sure that we capitalize on the other mistakes as well.
It's been a lot of singing and dancing right there in Alexandria after the Super Eagles of Nigeria defeated the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. What a story. It was fantastic. It was sweet. And Trust Ekong said the right words. Look, we will make mistakes, but we should also capitalize on the mistake of our opponents. And that's exactly what they did against Cameroon. He also said they had an opportunity to show them the true Nigerian spirit, and they did just that. So let's just hope that they continue, they sustain the momentum. It's very, very, very important. I'll read some messages on Twitter before I take you to the fans' experience in Lagos. Wow, I watched those fans, and I know that Nigerian football fans, they love their football. I said it's a force. Yeah, that's it. The passion was raw. You could feel it if you're right there. But let me just read this message from Tari Aruwe. Tari says, good evening, Austin. I told you on Friday that if we play with our head, while Cameroon play with their body, but our coach helping his players with opening up their players with their head came very late, which is Chukwueze. So he's trying to say that Chukwueze brought the intelligence to the matter. I think it was team effort. Even Alex Iwobi said just that. Salami Sadiq said, what a football field weekend it was for me. I agree. The Super Eagles made it interesting. Benin Republic and Madagascar made it surprising, and Brazil did the expected. For the tie against South Africa on Wednesday, I'm optimistic again that the Eagles will fly. That's what it is. It's optimistic. So I think that's what Nigerian football fans will also keep. That's the spirit. That's the mood that should welcome that match against South Africa. I monitored the match in Lagos at a viewing center put together by the Lagos State government to promote fans' experience and show their loyalty for football. I'll just let you relive the moments from the fans' experience and the moments that they gave to us in that match between Nigeria and Cameroon.
In 1984 with the Indomitable Lions and went to the World Cup in '82.
Feel the passion. That's what it is. It was raw. It was raw. Those fans, they danced for hours right after the match against Cameroon. A lot of singing and a lot of dancing. And they're optimistic that the Super Eagles will continue to make them happy. They didn't listen to that fan saying, I love Nigeria. And that's what sport does. It brings the people together. Everybody have just one objective. I saw one guy that was kicking an imaginary ball. That's how much they love their football. After the match, I spoke to some of the fans, and this is their expectation for the match against South Africa. Let's listen to them.
I would like them to be much more attacking-minded, because even if you are going to meet South Africa or Egypt, they are beatable with our squad. The likes of number 13, our number 13, our number 7, our number 9, the likes of our 8, Mikel. Hopefully he's going to be back as soon as possible. We have got the talent, so no, we don't care who they are bringing. We are going to trash them.
I want them to hold the possession. They should try to dominate the possession, play their own game. Right? They should not forget about whether they are playing against the crowd. They should concentrate on their game, play to their capability, play even more than 100% than what they did this evening. They will be superb by special grace of God.
It will get much tougher. I expect them to settle down a bit. They still look very nervous, and you know, by the time they get themselves together, settle down, play properly, play better attack, and then solidify the defense, we're going to be good.
So that's it. It was good fans experience right here in Lagos, and I think we should continue with that. So the fans now, they love it. So it's not like persons can sit back home to watch the match on, you know, in the comfort of their living rooms. But sometimes it's just beautiful. When you go out there, stay with the fans, and then you need to hear some commentaries. You need to, when they go raw with the language, you'll know that, yes, they mean business. So the Lagos State government, they've put together some viewing centers just to bring persons together so that we, in the comfort of out there, you know, watching the Super Eagles, supporting it, promoting national unity. They put together different viewing centers at major stadiums right here in Lagos. What's the objective? We're trying to understand, because other state governments, even organizations, can put together this sort of stuff to encourage national unity. Let's listen to the major objective for putting together the Fans Experience Centers.
It's an initiative to engage the community in this time where there's no job, community engagement, economic value in the economy, in the community, and also you know, taking away crime away from the streets. The governor, being the biggest partner of the Lagos is a Goal project, which is his initiative, thought it would be a fantastic idea to engage the community, and as sports has always been the biggest, you know, project that brings people together from all tribes, all walks of life. I think is a commendable project.
Can I say, Votu Obada said it again, that sports is a project that can bring persons together. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. In fact, I'm sure if you check that crowd, you'll see persons from Cameroon right there. Everybody just come out there to follow the game, for the love of the game. It was beautiful. So that, you know, there's one at the Agege Stadium, there's another one right at Campus Square Mini Stadium, there's one at Roe Park Sports Complex, or 5 different centers in Lagos. So you just want to go out there, they don't cause troubles. So it's just to go out there and watch football for the love of the game. And hopefully the Super Eagles will continue to put smiles on the faces of the fans. Sports Tonight on Channels Television is all about the 2019 African Cup of Nations. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, they are through to the quarterfinals. They will take on the Bafana of South Africa on Wednesday. Segun Odegbami is a football legend in Nigeria. He's been there, done that. Part of the team that won the first Africa Cup of Nations right here in Lagos in 1980. He says that beating Cameroon was nothing but pride for the country. Let's listen to the legend.
Every game has its own character. That match, for example, it was not about technicalities or tactics or whatever. It was something about the pride of a people, of a nation. Every time we play against Cameroon or we play against Ghana, you find that the environment is different. It doesn't matter what the coach says or what anybody says. You just go out there and you just want to make sure you kill them. So it's that kind of a spirit that we saw against Cameroon. Going down 2-1 at halftime, and they went into the dressing room, and I could just imagine what they said amongst themselves. They didn't need a coach to tell them anything. You know, they had lost to Madagascar. They couldn't come back to this country without winning that match. We are the underdogs. Let me put it like that. Because they have the psychological advantage that in the past couple of games that we have played, we have not been able to defeat them. The South Africans are on top. For so many years, we were just beating them everywhere, at home, away, and then suddenly in the past few years, they have come up, and now they believe that they know how to deal with us. So that psychology will help them, as it helped us against Cameroon. But we have the advantage of the quality of players. I see in our team some players that can make the difference. And with the spirit that we have just imbibed now after the Cameroon, but it's going to be probably our most difficult match. Tactically, you know, there's nothing to write home about the Nigerian attack. But when it comes to finishing, you know, we have these chances. When we have space behind those defenses, our boys can run quick, you know, at the defenses. And once the chance comes, we have players that can make good use of them. So in that regard, we have a good attack, but they are not well organized.
Odegbami was a guest this morning on Sunrise Daily, and I totally agree with him. Says it will be important for the Super Eagles to have the right mentality. Yes, and he also says the victory was for pride. Because when it's Nigeria and Cameroon, no. We always remember what happened in the year 2000 right here in Lagos. So when we see Cameroon, we tight the game, it will be very tight. No, they are not beating Nigeria again. So in the last 5 matches, the records have been good for the Super Eagles. So let's just hope that they do the same thing against South Africa. But Odegbami says when you have those chances, you take them. It's very, very important that you take those chances. Let's talk more about the 2019 African Cup of Nations before we go into some of the matches concluded. Let's take a look at the live results going on now. Tunisia taking on Ghana. We knew it was going to be tough, but at the moment, 81 minutes already gone. Tunisia won. The Black Stars of Ghana, 0. Is it end of the road for Ghana? Because the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, they said, look, they want to turn the history around. That they won't lose to Ghana this time around. So it's looking good for them at the moment. At first minute, Tunisia won, Ghana 0. Right there, round of 16 match at the African Cup of Nations. Let's see if the Tunisians can hold on to that victory. Mali lost to Cote d'Ivoire today. Zaha needed to step up for his team, and he did just that. So Cote d'Ivoire through to the quarterfinals. Also, we're waiting to see if Tunisia will also join. But let's talk about the one everybody has been talking about. I'll tell you this beautiful story. Madagascar, they are ranked 108 in the world ranking. They have been producing stunning results at the 2019 African Cup of Nations. And so their football fans took to the streets of the capital, Antananarivo, after their team's historic. They broke the record by qualifying for the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations after beating the Democratic Republic of Congo 4-2 on penalties. The president of Madagascar was right there. He chartered a plane, took fans and said, look, let's go to Egypt. We want to make history. And they did just that, beating Benin Republic. They are debutants. Yes, it's the first time at the African Cup of Nations. They also stunned Nigeria. The Super Eagles of Nigeria lost to Madagascar by 2-0. And Madagascar, they've continued that fairy tale at the Africa Cup of Nations. How far can they go with this story? Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, you guys are also reacting to that win over Cameroon and your expectations against South Africa. I'll read your comments. Don't go anywhere. Stay.